Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Purnam Adaha. These are Vedic use. So Adaha means Karanatmak Brahma, causal Brahman, from which everything comes out. That is Karanatmak Brahma, Adaha. So Adaha is Purnam, total, whole, means Karanatmak Paroksha Brahma. Why? Because we can't touch it, we can't anything else. Brahman is expressed through anything else. So indirectly it is expressing, so it is Paroksha. So here Adaha means Karanatmak Paroksha Brahma is Purnam. Now, Idam Purnam. Just remember the mantra. Purnam Adaha, Purnam Idam. So, Idam Purnam. Idam means this. The effects, that walls, that cap, that skin, that nose, that curtains, the god, the idols. Idam, Idam, Idam. Purna. Whole, total. Adaha Purnam, Idam Purnam. Now Panchami, Purnat. From that causal Brahman, Purnam. That Purnam means the effect Brahman. So from cause to effect. Purnat, Purnam, Udachyate. Udachyate means Udgat hona, arising. Clear? Now, Purnasya. Purnam Adaya. Purnasya means at the time of dissolution. Pralaya Kala. Purnasya means Shashti, sixth case, of that effect Brahman. Purnam Adaya. Purnatva Grahan karke. Means who is taking away? Na Karanatmak Brahma, Karyatmak Brahman se Purnatva Grahan karke. So the totality of effect Brahman, the cause Brahman, what happens? Purnam eva avashishyate. there remains only the whole. Means if from these things, from effect Brahman, if you take the whole, what remains, that is whole only, total only. If, just think, our famous example is Rajju Swarpa, Rajju Sarpa. What happened? In the mixed climate, a snake appeared on a rope. Not appeared. I thought there is a snake. And I started thinking. I started going here and there, running, screaming, a lot of things. Thinking that there is a snake, a real snake. It can bite me. It can, or I am a social worker. I think it may bite the whole world. I started screaming. Likewise, we also think the whole world is real. And we start screaming and everything else. Why the story of ghost? People are so attached with anything else. That after dying also they can't leave the place. They struggle, but they can't, because they know that they will not be accepted happily. Yet they can't leave the things. In case of home, in case of club, in case of organization, and their attachment is so much, they name it as devotion, emotion, feelings, and they forget to justify the things. They can't just, they are sitting in the room and, start showing their feelings, emotions, everything else. They forget that in the field people are working. They are busy with their emotions because they are attached with their emotion and the things, and losing the justification. Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Avashishyate. When the light comes, the snake disappears on the road. Nothing happens to it. Nothing happens to the road. How we can understand this mantra? There is no other way. What is Purnam? That is love alone. That is love alone. So, when you love someone, if you love actually, do you feel shortage of love inside? If you give the whole love, then also it never gets shortage. To understand this mantra, the closest word to the human being is love. The truth is, love is such thing, as much you give, that much it remains. Nothing there is shortage. And not only that, it increases. जितना दोगे उतना बढ़ेगा, जितना बांटोगे उतना ही गहरा होगा. As much as you will give, it will be deeper, deeper. Who gives his whole love becomes the king of love. प्रेम की मालिक बन जाता है. From complete or totality, if you give the whole, the remaining portion is also whole. So the conclusion, Siddhanta yahi hai, that this mantra can't be understood by mathematics. If you want to understand this mantra properly, you have to understand by love, through love. This is a different dimension of equation, जहां देने से घटता नहीं और भी बढ़ जाता है. You know, I just want to read one thing. Please allow me to read. A scientist is more doubtful of his theories than the science teacher who teaches those theories. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. A scientist is more doubtful of his theories than the science teacher who teaches those theories. A guru or an acharya is more doubtful of his words than his followers, because he knows that everything except silence is a corruption of truth. Understood? Should I read again? Just pay attention. A scientist is more doubtful of his theories than the science teacher who teaches those theories. A guru is more doubtful of his words than his followers, because he only knows that everything except silence or truth or love is a corruption of love. Because not a single word can express Brahman. There is a limitation. As much we say, so many hours we say, we just try to express. If you have that feelings that my love has decreased by giving love, you should feel that you have no realization of love. प्रेम का अनुभूति ही नहीं हुआ. If you feel emptiness, खालीपन महसूस होता है inside, after giving love to someone else, you should feel that it was not love. It may be something different. in home, in society, in organization, in club, in country, in the name of seva, name of love, people express their ego. Just think. Who works, they talk less. And who talk much, they don't work. Just see. In your family, in your society, organization, wherever you see, they will always disturb the good people who are actually doing the things. It is called dog in the manger policy. They will cut their nose and the whole family can't go. নিজের নাক কেটে অপরের যাত্রা ভঙ্গ. And they name it love. They name, I love my family, I love my organization, I love my country. They always create a lot of questions, you know, because they don't work. Who work, they commit mistake. Mistake is the part of the work. They are afraid of dying, you know. They won't come out. And they won't allow anyone to come out, and they think that they are worried. They are too much loving ones. How funny, na? And we name it love. We try to express, we call meeting after meeting, we call conference after conference, that yes, we are so worried about organization, about the person. Oh my God. We will not work. We will not let others work. We are worried that our position is decreasing. Someone is going up. They don't need society's things. They need their ego's expression. And they name it love. That is hypocrisy. That is hypocrisy. Hypocrite person can't understand this mantra. This is the mantra of love, which cannot be measured in a weighing machine, which cannot be measured by any tape. What you can measure, that is not love, because any measurable things, there is a changes in weight, in length, in density. Not like English grammar, you know. Countable noun and uncountable nouns. In English, it is there, you know. Water is uncountable, hair is uncountable. I'm not talking about that. The only actually immeasurable is truth, is love, which will never be decreased after giving. But our love is measurable, which makes others' life miserable. Our love is measurable, which makes others' life miserable in the name of love. We try to measure it. That is why we want to possess love also. That is why we want that whom I will love, he or she will not love anymore except me, anyone. Just think of it. We think that whom I will love, he or she will not love anyone else. Sometimes fathers are jealous about the son. Sometimes mothers are jealous about their daughter because they express their love towards their parents. In family, you know better than me. कभी कभी तो ऐसा भी होता है that मैं जिसको प्यार करता हूँ, प्रेम करता हूँ, वो किसी को प्रेम के नजरिया से देखेगा भी नहीं. Think and tell whether I'm, because शास्त्र की बात बोल रहा हूँ, ये मेरा बात नहीं, शास्त्र is telling. And he or she shouldn't look upon anyone else with the eyes of love, and anyone should not look at him or her in that eyes. Because I'm afraid. The amount of love will be decreased. I'm afraid. I will lose my love. But when a realized soul loves anyone, he or she wants that my loved one will start spreading this love to the whole world, so that the love will be deeper. But we don't know the higher mathematics. We live in a lower mathematics, where everything starts getting lesser after giving. That's why fear is very natural. Husband is afraid. Wife is afraid. Son is afraid. Afraid, fear of losing. Why corruption happens, you know? We tell that whenever a person goes top and top, corruption. Because why corruption happens? Because they are afraid of losing their power and position, and they start manipulating things. Because what we know as love is not the actual love. Without love, everything is miserable. Even our anger is miserable, hatred is miserable, jealousy is miserable, everything is miserable. Only the pure love is immeasurable. And we always want to measure everything. That's why it's very hard to realize God. The one who can understand love, he will leave the idea of understanding Paramatma or God. Because Prem or Paramatma, ek hi shabd. They are the two sides of a coin, love and Supreme Self. When can understand this equation, इस समीकरण को जो खोज लिया है, then and there the desire for getting love from others will be disappeared. We all want love. हमारा पूरी जिंदगी सिर्फ प्रेम की भिक्षा है, प्रेम की तलाश में है. Just think, पूरी जिंदगी प्रेम की भिक्षा है. We have only one thought process, that how shall I get love? And we don't get it. So we start finding the substitute of love. That is why in family life, so problem. One person is attached with so many things, so many, I don't want to elaborate, that you know better than me. but the reaction is different. The decision, conclusion is, if anything else gets bigger after adding something else, or gets shorter if you subtract the subtract anything from that, that is not love. ये तो सिद्धांत है. This mantra, who can understand, he or she can understand a deeper philosophy. Then he never thinks that I am the drop of an ocean. Then he knows that I am an ocean expressing through a drop. मैं इस समुंदर का एक बूंद नहीं, मैं तो समुंदर ही हूं, प्रेम का समुंदर ही हूं, जो इस बूंद से एक्सप्रेस्ड हो रहा है. From the Supreme Self, from Paramatma, this whole world has come out. So from Paramatma, this universe has come out. Earth, Sun, Moon, Venus, Saturn. After creation, after creating also, the Paramatma is Purna, whole. After dissolution, Pralaya ki baat, it will merge in Paramatma and there will be Purna. The ocean, you know, thousands of river comes and there is no bigger or lesser in ocean. Yet the ocean is not infinite. Akash is infinite. Asamantat kashate iti akash, who accommodates everything else. But we can't accommodate Akash. Everything is in space, but Akash kisi mein bhi nahi. Everyone is encircled by Akash or space. From Akash, everything has been created. Akashad Vayuhu, Vayor Agnihi, Agnir Apaha, Apaha Advya Prithvi, Íśopanișad. आकाश में ही सब कुछ बनता है और आकाश में ही सब कुछ खो जाता है. If anything else in that transactional world, the closest thing is space only. But what we are trying to cover up pauses of space. According to physics, in one place, two things cannot be there. You can ask me why. In the table, there is a book, on that another book, on that another book, on that another book. Yes, you are right. But in that place, there is only one book. किताब के ऊपर जो स्पेस है उसके ऊपर अनदर किताब है, बट इन वन प्लेस only one thing can be. why we erect so tall building, Burj Khalifa. Now in Kolkata, it's 42s or something. Why? Because you know, we are trying to cover up space now. But जमीन का आकाश तो कम होते जा रहा है. As much space is there on the earth, we are not satisfied with it. We need more space. And we can't create space. We are trying that. That is why we are erecting buildings. Paramatma means astitva. In one humor came in my mind, you know. In always, whenever we are calling, 2 मीटर की दूरी बजाय रखिए, ऐसा कुछ बोल रहा है, keep the safe distance of 2 meters from each other. So if all the Indians start keeping 2 meters distance from each other, you know, they will cross several countries. Just think. So we are erecting buildings. Paramatma. पहले देखा परमात्मा मतलब प्रेम. Now we will know that Paramatma means astitva. Supreme self means existence. The scientists tell in our 8th standard, 9th standard we studied that we can't destroy anything else. बाद में लगा क्यों भाई, कोई भी चीज हम लोग खा लेता है ये तो डिस्ट्रॉयड हो जा रहा है. स्थूल बुद्धि. We should just make it dust. So you just take a lump of clay, fire it, then it will come into ashes. You can't destroy the ashes. You can mix it in the water or anything else. What I mean to say, we can't destroy the existence of anything else. हम किसी भी चीज को हैपन के बाहर नहीं ले जा सकते. We can't destroy the isness of that things. We can change the shape of anything, but we can't change its astitva. Hari Om Tat Sat. We will continue it tomorrow.